The warning ignored in a distant corner of the galaxy, far beyond the stars that humans could ever see. A great council of ancient aliens gathered, their shapes glowing with colors that shifted like living fire. Their chambers floated in the void, surrounded by thousands of planets, each with civilizations far older than humans. They had watched countless species rise and fall, but none had captured their attention like Earth. The council was tense that day, their voices echoing like wind through metal corridors. "The humans are changing too fast," one of the elders said, his form flickering with worry. "Their technology is growing. Their minds are learning, and their courage. It is unlike anything we have seen in millions of years." Another council member, taller and colder, laughed softly, the sound sharp in the silent room. "They are nothing but a primitive species, fighting among themselves, still living in huts and small cities. We have seen dozens like them, and they all failed. Why should we fear them?" A holographic projection appeared between them, showing Earth in real time, humans moving in strange, chaotic patterns, building machines, launching rockets and sending signals into space. The elders watched carefully, seeing flashes of battles, conflicts, and strange inventions. Some of these inventions were crude, others surprisingly clever, but the younger council members were already laughing, whispering, "This is amusing. They call themselves intelligent, yet they cannot even govern themselves." But one elder, older than the others, spoke with a voice that trembled like distant thunder. "We have been warned. The prophecies were clear. A species called humans will rise beyond their world. They will not be contained. They will challenge the galaxy if ignored." The others shook their heads, mocking the words. "Prophecies are old stories," one said. "Legends to scare children? We have nothing to fear from them," another chimed in. "Even if they are clever, cleverness alone cannot defeat us. The galaxy has seen much stronger species than this. They are nothing." Yet the elder continued, his light dimming with frustration. "Do you not see? Their unpredictability is their power, their will to survive, to fight, to protect what they love. It is unmatched. I beg you, do not underestimate them." The council remained unconvinced, some rolling their glowing eyes, others flickering with amusement. They decided to send a scout ship to observe humans, more out of curiosity than fear. The ship was small and fast, equipped with sensors and shields, designed to test the humans without revealing the council's true interest. When the scout arrived in Earth's orbit, the crew aboard were astonished. The planet was chaotic, cities glowing at night like scattered stars, forests moving and changing, oceans deep and endless. They expected primitive weapons, but instead they found humans using machines that fired with deadly accuracy, and strategies that confused the alien sensors. One young alien pilot whispered, "This is nothing, just luck, primitive instinct. They will fail eventually." But as days passed, the humans adapted to every probe, avoiding detection, countering the sensors, and even finding ways to use the scout ship's own energy against it. The pilot began to feel a small seed of fear, but quickly shook it off, telling himself, "It is temporary. They cannot continue like this for long." Back in the council chamber, reports came in, showing images of human cities surviving storms, of humans repairing machines that should have destroyed them, and of humans making decisions that seemed chaotic but worked perfectly. Yet the council laughed. "They are lucky," they said. "Chaos only works for a little while. Give it time. They will destroy themselves." The elder who had warned them remained silent, watching the reports, knowing that every small victory of humans was a thread in a web that could one day trap the entire galaxy. He looked at the others and said nothing, for he knew arguments would not change their minds. Meanwhile, on Earth, humans went about their lives, unaware of the eyes watching from the stars. They argued, fought, laughed, loved, and created. Each small act of courage and intelligence was invisible to the council, but it was building strength, unknowingly preparing them for a time when the galaxy would face the consequences of ignoring warnings. The council dismissed the reports as minor annoyances, calling them insignificant. Some even joked about sending the humans a warning message, only to laugh at the idea. Why waste energy on a species that cannot even unify on their own planet? They said, yet deep in his chamber the elder stared at Earth, the image of humans burning bright in the holographic sky. He whispered to himself, "They do not know it yet, but their time is coming, and when it comes, they will change everything. I only hope the others are ready to witness it." The room fell silent as the council moved on to other matters. Ignoring the Elder's warning, the humans continued to grow, invent, and survive. Their small victories stacking like hidden mountains. The laughter of the council echoed in the void, unaware that the seed of human power had already begun to take root. And so the warning was ignored, laughter filled the void, and the galaxy remained blind to the storm that was quietly rising from a small blue planet. The humans would not wait for permission, and the time for underestimation was already slipping away. The first encounter, the scout ship hovered silently above Earth. Its sensors scanning the surface, the aliens aboard had been trained to remain calm and precise. Yet something about the humans made their instincts uneasy. The patterns of human activity were chaotic, yet purposeful. Their cities and machines were crude, but beneath the surface there was something the aliens could not measure, a spark of intelligence that defied all calculations. The young alien pilot tapped a panel nervously. "Sir, these humans, they are adapting faster than we predicted," he said, his voice tight. The Elder in charge waved him off. "Do not overthink, they are still primitive. They will fail like all others before them." Yet the pilot could not shake the feeling that something about these humans was different. The scout made its first direct approach, lowering itself to observe a small city in the mountains. Humans were working together, building machines that moved with precision, some lifting heavy materials, others running long wires that glowed with light. A group of humans noticed the strange craft above and began to signal with lights and sound. Trying to understand what it was, the aliens watched, amused. "Primitive curiosity," one laughed. "They see us, but they cannot even comprehend our purpose," the pilot frowned. However, as the humans began to act in ways that were unexpected, instead of panicking or fleeing, they coordinated, directing machines and tools in patterns that protected the city. Some humans climbed towers to redirect beams of light, while others moved materials to cover vulnerable areas. A sudden alarm went off on the scout, a system the aliens had never activated before. The humans were using their own technology in ways the aliens could not predict. The pilot tried to respond with a scan, but the humans had already created interference, blocking the sensors and forcing the scout to change course. "Impossible," the Elder muttered. "No species should be able to react this fast." On the ground, the humans had no idea they were being watched in detail. They thought they were dealing with a strange natural phenomenon. Yet their teamwork and courage had impressed the council far more than they could imagine. One young engineer shouted to her team, "Move the power nodes. Now we need to protect the city from the falling machines." Her words were simple, but every human knew exactly what to do. Their instincts and experience guided them. The scout tried to retreat, but the humans were relentless. Using their machines in clever ways, they managed to track the alien ship and create small disturbances in its path. Nothing could destroy the humans. Yet everything the aliens tried was countered by creativity and determination. The pilot's hands trembled as he recorded everything. Knowing that this was not luck, these humans were remarkable. Meanwhile, in the alien council chambers, the Elder who had warned them watched the feeds in silence, a faint smile forming on his form. "Now they see a small part of what I warned," he whispered. His colleagues, still mocking, paid little attention. "Just one encounter," they said. "It proves nothing. They are still weak. They will not last." Back on Earth, humans finally noticed the strange patterns above and realized the craft was intelligent, not natural. A young woman scientist pointed to the sky. "It's not a storm. It's watching us," she said. Her team nodded, adrenaline rushing through them. They had faced dangers before, but this was something new, something they had never imagined. The humans acted fast, building devices to signal the alien craft, not with weapons, but with clever machines that could mirror its movements and predict its path. The aliens inside the scout were stunned. How are they doing this?" One whispered, "It should be impossible." Another admitted reluctantly, "They are learning, adapting, faster than any species I have studied." Suddenly, a minor system on the scout malfunctioned, not because of humans destroying it, but because humans had unknowingly created an interference pattern. The craft wobbled and the aliens panicked for the first time. Trying to regain control, the young pilot looked at the humans below, their simple expressions filled with determination, and realized that these beings were far more dangerous than anyone had predicted. In that moment, the first encounter ended not with a battle, but with a revelation. The humans had survived, adapted, and even influenced an alien vessel without intending to fight. They were unpredictable, unstoppable, and utterly remarkable. The scout retreated to report, and the council listened. Disbelief etched into every alien face. They are stronger than you said, one younger council member admitted. Stronger and cleverer. Their instinct for survival is extraordinary. The elder who had warned them simply nodded, saying nothing. I told you, he whispered. The faint glow of satisfaction in his form. The others refused to believe it. Yet the reports continued to pour in, showing humans overcoming every challenge. As the alien scout returned to the council, the humans below went back to their work. Unaware of the cosmic attention they had drawn, their courage, creativity, and unity had made the first mark on the galaxy. They were no longer just a small blue planet. They were a species to be reckoned with, and the galaxy would have to watch carefully. The council members argued late into their cycles. But one truth could not be ignored. Humans were unlike any species they had ever seen. The warning had been real, and yet still some laughed, thinking it a minor threat. But the seed of human power had been revealed, and the storm was only beginning. Humanity Strikes Back weeks passed after the first encounter, and the Council of Aliens grew uneasy. The scouts' report had shaken some members, though most still laughed, dismissing the humans as primitive, but they could no longer ignore the strange patterns, the unexpected victories, and the clever decisions that humans made on Earth. Humans sensed something unusual in the skies. Mysterious flashes, strange signals, and sudden changes in weather and electromagnetic fields. A team of engineers and scientists gathered in a hidden base, working tirelessly to decode the signals. One young engineer, Maria, said, "It's not just signals, it's a pattern. They are trying to understand us," her friend and colleague, Ahmed, nodded. "Then we need to respond. Not with weapons, but with what we know best. Our minds, our technology, our courage." They worked day and night designing small, clever machines that could send counter-signals, predict alien movements, and even interfere with their minor ships. The humans were unarmed in the traditional sense, yet every tool they created became a weapon of ingenuity. Meanwhile, the aliens underestimated the humans again, sending probes to observe, expecting humans to panic or fail. Instead, humans turned the tables. They built decoys, misleading the sensors and causing confusion in the alien systems. Simple humans with nothing but determination and quick thinking had forced advanced alien technology to retreat. The alien pilots were furious, muttering, "How can such primitive creatures do this?" The first skirmish occurred near a mining facility. Humans were evacuating machines and protecting civilians when a small alien drone attacked. Instead of fleeing, the humans used a clever trap, luring the drone into a field of electromagnetic pulses. Short circuits disabled it, and the humans cheered quietly, aware that this was only the beginning. Their ingenuity had turned a moment of fear into a victory. Word of human resistance spread across the globe, inspiring courage and unity. Scientists, engineers, and even ordinary citizens began to act, building tools, studying patterns, and preparing for more encounters. Every small success was a building block, shaping humanity into a force that no alien could predict. Back in the council chambers, panic began to ripple through some members. "They are not just lucky," one admitted, his light flickering nervously. "They are learning faster than we predicted. Every time we think we understand them, they change, they adapt." The elder who had warned them remained calm, though his glow brightened slightly. "Finally," he whispered, "they see the truth." The humans' next move was bold. They had discovered alien communication channels and devised a way to send back messages filled with misleading signals, causing minor confusion among the alien ranks. It was not an attack in the traditional sense, yet it worked better than any weapon. Alien ships miscalculated their approach. Systems overloaded, and pilots struggled to regain control. In one daring moment, a team led by Maria and Ahmed managed to override a minor alien drone completely, guiding it away from humans and back into the void. The aliens were shocked, unable to understand how humans could take control of technology far beyond their comprehension. "Impossible," one muttered. "It should not happen, yet it did." The council could no longer laugh. Some began to fear what the humans might become. "If these creatures continue like this," one said quietly, "they could challenge the galaxy itself. We cannot underestimate them any longer." Others still argued, clinging to arrogance, but doubt had begun to take root, a dangerous seed in the heart of the council. Humans, unaware of the cosmic debate above, continued to act with courage and intelligence, They improvised, adapted, and learned from every encounter. Each small victory reinforced their confidence. Their determination was more than survival. It was the spirit of a species refusing to be underestimated. The HFY moment became clear. Humanity's strength was not only in their technology, but in their will, their unity, and their ability to turn disadvantage into advantage. A large-scale encounter finally took place near a coastal city. Alien scouts tried to blockade the area, but humans used clever tactics to maneuver around them. Civilian ships, fishing boats, and even old cargo vessels became part of a defensive network. Humans set up decoys, redirected alien scanners, and coordinated movements with precision that astonished even themselves. The aliens realized too late that humans were no ordinary prey. The elder on the council watched, a smile forming. They are exactly as I warned. They are not merely survivors. They are warriors of the mind and spirit. They will not be contained. His colleagues shook their heads in disbelief, still clinging to old beliefs, but the reports continued, showing human victories, cunning strategies, and resilience that no alien could predict. By the end of the week, humans had forced alien scouts to retreat, not with brute force but with cleverness, unity, and courage. They had struck back in ways that were unexpected and unstoppable. The galaxy, once laughing at humanity, now had to reconsider the first battle had ended. But the war for recognition, for respect, and for survival had only begun, and in quiet moments, as humans returned to their cities, rebuilding, repairing, and celebrating small victories, the true scope of their potential remained unseen even to themselves. Yet every act of courage, every clever decision, and every small triumph was preparing them for what was coming. The humans had struck back, but the best was yet to come. The storm was growing, and the galaxy had no idea how powerful it would become. The reckoning. The galaxy trembled in quiet tension as the Council of Ancient Aliens convened once more. Reports from scout ships and probes told of humans who were no longer simply surviving. They were fighting back, learning and adapting in ways the Council could barely understand. Some members were afraid, their glowing forms flickering nervously, while others still clung to arrogance, refusing to believe that a primitive species could threaten them. The elder who had warned them all along observed in silence, his glow steady and calm. "This is the moment I spoke of," he whispered. "The reckoning has come." He watched the reports show humans coordinating cities, defending resources, and creating strategies far beyond anything predicted. Humans were improvising at every turn, turning weaknesses into advantages. Their courage and intelligence were rewriting what the galaxy thought possible. The Council decided to act, sending a fleet of advanced ships toward Earth, confident that brute force and superior technology would crush any resistance. "They cannot possibly survive this," one arrogant member said. "They are primitive, their weapons are crude. Their minds are small, it is laughable." Yet even as the words were spoken, doubt trembled beneath the surface of their confidence. On Earth, humans sensed the approaching fleet. Though they did not understand its scale, the scientists and engineers quickly mobilized, coordinating defenses, preparing clever traps, and using the environment to their advantage. Maria shouted to her team, "We cannot fight them head-on. We must outthink them every step. Every move counts," Ahmed nodded, adding, "We have faced worse odds before, remember? Our strength is in our unity and creativity." The first engagement began over the mountains. Humans used drones and simple devices to mislead the alien sensors. Their movements were unpredictable but precise, using the terrain. They forced alien ships to overextend. Some ships became trapped by their own calculations. Others collided in the confusion. It was not the humans' technology alone that won the day, but their ingenuity, courage, and quick thinking. The aliens were shocked, unable to comprehend how humans continued to adapt. Each attack or maneuver was countered with unexpected solutions. Humans repaired damaged machines quickly, rerouted energy to power defenses, and improvised tools that performed like advanced weapons. It was as if every failure taught them something new. Each mistake became a lesson and every challenge made them stronger. In the skies above, the elder watched with satisfaction. "They are not only surviving, they are mastering the battlefield," he whispered. His colleagues could no longer deny it, fear growing in their voices. "How can this be? They are weak, yet they succeed," one muttered. "They should have been defeated long ago." But the humans refused to be underestimated, their resilience astonishing all who observed. A critical moment arrived when the humans turned the tide completely. Using a combination of their clever machines, traps, and coordinated strategies, they forced several alien ships to retreat. One ship was captured temporarily, giving humans insight into alien technology, and a small message of warning was sent back to the Council. "Do not underestimate us," it read. Though humans did not even know the alien language fully, their actions spoke louder than words. The Council erupted in panic, disbelief replacing laughter. "This cannot happen. They are mere children playing with machines," some said. "Yet they have outsmarted us at every turn." The elder remained calm, his glow steady. "Finally, the reckoning is upon them. They see what I have always known. Humans are a force to be respected." His colleagues stared at him, unable to comprehend how a species they dismissed as primitive could have achieved so much. On the ground, humans celebrated quietly, knowing they had survived, knowing that they had fought a force far stronger than themselves and prevailed. But they also knew the war was not over. Each victory revealed more of their potential. Every clever decision and act of courage built their confidence and skill. The HFY moment shone clearly. Humanity was proving that determination, intelligence, and heart could overcome even the greatest odds. In the council chambers, the alien leaders debated fiercely, some advocating for retreat, others for immediate attack. Yet the elder's words echoed, "You cannot destroy what you do not understand. You cannot defeat what refuses to be contained." His colleagues began to see the truth they had ignored for centuries. Humanity was not just a species, but a growing force, unpredictable, powerful, and united. The final clash for the day took place in orbit above a coastal city. Alien ships attempted a direct attack, but humans used the lessons they had learned from every previous encounter. They set up devices that redirected energy beams, missiled sensors, and created traps that immobilized ships temporarily. It was not brute force, but ingenuity, determination, and moral courage that won the battle. By the end of the reckoning, the aliens had learned a lesson they could never forget. Humans were no longer to be ignored or laughed at. Their spirit, their creativity, and their unity had turned a small, primitive species into a force that could shape the fate of the galaxy. And as humans returned to their cities, repairing, rebuilding, and preparing for the challenges ahead, they did so with a quiet pride, unaware that they had already changed the course of history. The elder smiled, watching humanity rise. The galaxy has ignored the warnings for too long, but now, the reckoning has begun and the humans will never be underestimated again. The council remained divided, some still clinging to arrogance. But the truth was undeniable. A small blue planet had shown the universe that humans were extraordinary, and their rise had only just begun. Over Earth were calm. Yet the galaxy had already felt the impact of humanity. The alien council, once arrogant and dismissive, now debated with fear and respect. "They are unlike anything we have ever seen," one member admitted, his light flickering nervously. "Their courage, their intelligence, their unity, it is unparalleled." The elder, who had warned them all along, simply nodded, a quiet satisfaction glowing in his form. Finally, the universe has learned, humans are not to be underestimated. On Earth, humans returned to their daily lives, unaware of the cosmic attention they had drawn. Scientists and engineers continued to work, inventing, building, and improving their defenses. Their unity had grown stronger, and their courage had become instinct. Each human knew that while today they had survived, tomorrow would bring new challenges, yet they faced them with determination and ingenuity. Maria and Ahmed stood on a hill, overlooking a city that had survived the latest encounter. The sun reflected off glass towers and rivers, casting long shadows across streets where humans moved with purpose. Maria smiled. "We did it, Ahmed. We survived. We fought. And we won. But I feel this is only the beginning." Ahmed nodded. "Yes, the galaxy has noticed, and I think we are ready for whatever comes next." Even the younger generations of humans, children, and teenagers had learned from the recent encounters. They observed, asked questions, and trained themselves in ways their ancestors could not have imagined. It was not only technology that had evolved, but the spirit of humanity itself. Their creativity, courage, and unity had become a living legacy, something that would grow stronger with each passing generation. The alien council tried to understand what had happened, but every calculation failed. Every prediction was wrong. Humans had turned every disadvantage into strength, every mistake into a lesson. They were not just a species fighting for survival. They were a force shaping the galaxy itself. The Elder watched quietly, knowing that humans had achieved what no one thought possible. They had survived the impossible, and their story would echo across the stars. The humans themselves were unaware of the full extent of their influence, yet subtle changes began to appear. Alien ships no longer approached lightly. Messages of caution spread across star systems. Civilizations far older than Earth whispered of a species that had risen from a small blue planet. A warning now traveled quietly through the galaxy. Beware humanity, for they are clever, courageous, and united, and they will not be contained. In one historic moment, Maria sent a signal into space, not a threat, but a message of peace and strength. It was simple, yet powerful. We are here. We are strong. We will not be underestimated. The message spread, reaching distant civilizations and even the alien council. Some laughed nervously, others grew silent in awe. But every one of them understood one truth. Humans had changed the galaxy forever. Meanwhile, back on Earth, humans celebrated quietly, not with arrogance, but with pride in their ingenuity, courage, and unity. Ordinary people had become heroes. Scientists had become strategists. Engineers had become leaders. And the small blue planet that no one had respected was now known across the stars as a place of resilience, determination, and extraordinary power. The Elder spoke to the council one final time. They were warned, yet you laughed. You ignored the signs, thinking them weak. But they have proven what I have always known. Humanity is not only a survivor. They are a legacy, a force that will endure. They are the spark that can ignite a galaxy. His words echoed through the chambers, shaking even the most arrogant members and leaving an impression that would last millennia. Humanity's story became legend, not only for their victories but for their spirit. Every encounter, every battle, and every clever decision was remembered and retold. The galaxy began to respect and fear humans, not because of fearsome weapons, but because of their minds, hearts, and unity. They were unpredictable, unstoppable, and worthy of admiration. In the quiet moments of night, humans looked up at the stars, dreaming, inventing, and imagining, unaware that their courage and intelligence had become a message to the universe, a message that would echo for generations. Never underestimate the heart and mind of a human being. And so Earth continued to grow, civilizations evolved, and humanity thrived, always curious, always brave, and always united. The galaxy had learned its lesson the hard way. The warnings had been ignored, laughter had filled the void, but humans had proven themselves. They had struck back with ingenuity. They had endured the impossible, and they had created a legacy that no species could erase. And as the stars shone brightly over a small blue planet, one thing was clear: humanity's time had begun. Their legacy would reach beyond worlds, and the universe would never forget the day it learned to respect the humans. And in the hearts of humans everywhere, there was a quiet knowledge, not of arrogance, but of power, courage, and unity. They had faced the impossible, they had survived, and they had become the force the galaxy could not ignore. Their story was just beginning, and the universe would watch in awe as humans continued to rise, leaving behind a legacy that would last forever.